Where's the damn pause button? Oh, there we go. No, before I go, I think Sonic weeps for Sonic Team and everybody at Sega, because us old school fans,
Really don't give a shit.
we had a lot of faith in what you had to show. And you let me, goodbye.
Well, that was interesting. I tried being nice in this one, but kind of hard to when you hear shit like, "Oh my god, it doesn't look like a classic Sonic. This game's gonna suck." But he made his second video clarifying what he said, claiming that people didn't understand him. We understand it complete. We understand completely what you said, dude. You weren't gonna buy this game because it doesn't look like Sonic 3. That's pretty much what you said. And in the comments of his videos, he goes to say that this modern Sonic should be a separate entity from classic Sonic, much like Mega Man and Mega Man X. Like, no, no, no. Now you're thinking way too fucking deep. I mean, if that were the case, classic Mario Brothers should be a separate entity from modern Mario Brothers. You should have a world with the classic brown and red overalls Mario and a world with the modern blue and red overalls Mario. It's fucking stupid. But like I said, if you're gonna bitch about a design change from, him being taller and having green eyes, then you might as well bitch about Mario not being in brown overalls anymore. You might as well bitch about Luigi not wearing green and white anymore. You might as well bitch about Simon Belmont going through his, fifth design change. I mean, Sega's doing the exact same thing that Nintendo did with New Super Mario Brothers. Classic gameplay, but with a modern look. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you mentioned, oh, it should stay consistent. It should stay, it should stay the same, or, to be consistent. You mentioned New Super Mario Brothers. That doesn't look like any of the classic games, other than the gameplay. I mean, it looks complete. I mean, they have their modern look. You mentioned like Castlevania Rebirth. That looks nothing like the Game Boy game that is based off of. Completely new graphics and sounds and songs. You mentioned Contra 4 and Contra Rebirth. They look nothing like classic Contra games. The only thing that stays consistent is classic gameplay. It has nothing to do with the graphics. You mentioned consistency. Oh my god. If it's based off of a game that came before it should look the same. I hate to be repeating myself, but that's not the case with New Super Mario Brothers, any of the Rebirth series, Contra 4. They look nothing like the games that came before it. The only thing that stays the same is the gameplay, and that's the same thing that's happening with Sonic 4. It's going back to classic gameplay, but you're bitching about it because it's not classic Sonic unless it looks like classic Sonic. And you're really gonna nitpick the shit out of it to the point where you're saying they should explain in the story why he got so tall and why he has green eyes? Are you shitting me? Really? His eyes? You want them to explain the continuity of his eyes? Are you... This is beyond nitpicking. I mean, at least people who bitched about the voices had a reason to. Most of them were shit. But this is ridiculous. You're blaming... You're bitching about his character design. Something that shouldn't even fucking matter. I was going to make a video about his Fallout video, but he says the same shit again and again and again, so it's not... I would just be repeating myself, but... This is probably the longest commentary video I've ever done. But... I had to say it because this is stupid. This is worse than the people who wanted Ryan Drummond in this game. I mean, like I said before, the people who bitched about the voices, at least they had kind of a reason because most of them sucked. But this is retarded. I'm sorry. Bitching about the fucking character design. Who gives a shit? You claim to be, oh, I'm speaking for all the old school Sonic fans out there. No, you're not. You're only speaking for yourself. Because I guarantee that most of the old school Sonic fans look at this and they don't even give a shit about what Sonic looks like. They're just happy that, oh my god, it's classic 2D side-scrolling action once again. Sega's finally listened to us. But no, you're like, oh, Sega never listens to us. Sega fucking, they betrayed me once again because they were promising us a classic Sonic game, and this doesn't look anything like Sonic 3, so therefore it's not a classic type Sonic game. Bah! You're giving me a headache. I need a Tylenol. Big Al, over and out.